Welcome to the ultimate guide on how to play Age of Sigmar 4th edition by Warhammer. Whether you're a seasoned general or a new recruit, this comprehensive guide will lead you through the fantastical realm of Age of Sigmar. In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know in order to get started, and we're also going to show you a full game. So if you're wondering if the strategic tabletop game Age of Sigmar is right for you, then we've got you covered. So in order to play Age of Sigmar, you are going to need some miniatures, and the ones that we've chosen today are both from the faction of Skaven and also the Stormcast. The Skaven army is going to be led by a Clawlord on Norbeast. Its single purpose is to serve the Chaos God, the Great Horned Rat. Also a Warlock Engineer providing range support from afar. A Greyseer casting magical powers to rain havoc on the enemy. Scuttering hordes of clan rats, and 3 grotesque mutated rat ogres. And leading the Stormcast, we have a Lord Vigilant. Guiding the force with holy prayers is the Lord Veritant. Defending the line and the troops of today are Liberators. And finally, Prosecutors in the Celestial Realm, providing lightning strikes where the enemy is weakest. It's time to meet the players and get these armies onto the tabletop. Let battle commence. Michael, are you ready to play some Age of Sigmar?
Stephen, I can't wait to put these rats on the table.
Well, that is exactly the first thing we need to do. It is deployment. We know what armies we're using, and for this mission, it's called Stake a Claim. So for Stake a Claim, we're going to basically deploy 9 inches away from the center of the table into our territory. So this is my territory, and that is your territory.
Okay, so where do we start?
Well, first of all, we need to roll off to see who's going to deploy the first unit. Okay, I rolled a 2, you rolled a 5, so you now have the choice, Michael. This is really important. You can either choose to make me deploy the first unit, or you can deploy the first unit. However, the first person that finishes deploying will get to determine and decide who goes first when we actually start to play. So what would you like to do?
Well, I want you to show me how it's done, Stephen. So please deploy a unit.
So Michael, the first unit I'm going to deploy is the Liberators. I'm going to deploy them over 9 inches away from your territory, and also set them up within ½ an inch of each other. And that is what we call unit coherency. So Michael, now I've finished deploying my unit, it's time for you to place one of your units, again, in your territory, 9 inches away from mine, and anywhere you like.
Well, it was all part of my plan, Stephen, because now I know where you've gone. I'm going to place these rats in a different side of the board.
Now Michael, you've got a unit that's over 7 models, which means you need to now place your models within ½ an inch of 2 friendly models. Because they're a larger size unit, we need to keep them grouped together so the unit coherency is a little bit bigger.
Strength in numbers, I like it.
Now you've deployed that, Michael, I'm going to deploy my Lord Veritant.
Well, I think leadership's important, so I'm going to put my Warlock Engineer next to these clan rats.
Next up, I'm going to deploy my Lord Vigilant, and I'm going to deploy within combat range, which is 3 inches, of the outside of this objective. This means at the start of the game, this objective is going to remain under my control until you, Michael, take this off me, or I can hopefully keep holding it until the end of the game. So there we go, that's deployed.
Well, with this newfound knowledge, I'm going to put some rat ogres next to this objective in combat range so that I can hold it for most of the game.
So Michael, the last unit I need to deploy is my Prosecutors, but I'm actually going to set them up in the Celestial Realm, which means they're going to basically deploy in the sky and come onto the battlefield later on in the game. So they are deployed.
Well, that's very fancy, but I notice you don't have any other units to deploy after that.
I'm done, so now it's time for you to deploy the rest of your army, Michael.
The clan rats are going to try and hold the middle against your Liberators. My Clawlord on Norbeast will lead them into the fray bravely from right behind them. And finally, the Greyseer is going to stand watch over all of his beloved furry friends. Right, Stephen, well, I've fully deployed, so what happens next?
Well, now, because I finished first, I can decide who is going to take the first turn of these 4 battle rounds that we're going to play as per the mission book.
And who are you going to pick to go first?
I think I'm going to take the first turn, Michael.
Brave.
I know, but I want to get a good foothold into the game and capture some objectives. So at the beginning of a battle round, Michael, now we've determined who's going first. The next thing we need to determine is our command points, and we're both going to get 4 command points each. These command points can be spent on commands later on in this battle round, but they will completely go at the end of the battle round and then be replenished at the start of the next one. So make sure you use them all up.
Okay, so what are commands and how do I spend command points?
So Michael, some of the commands you can do, such as redeploy, is done in my movement phase, but allows you to select one of your units and actually move it up to D6 inches. So it gives you a little bit of ability to interact in my phases of the game. Or maybe we're in the combat phase and you want to, strengthen how durable you are. You can use all-out defense, which gives you a benefit to your saving throw. So any of those different elements I'll go over with you as they come up and might be relevant for you. So once we've done that, we now need to move on to what's called the hero phase. And you'll see the hero phase. It will be any gold abilities that are on your data cards. So for example, I've got a priest here. Now that allows me to cast a prayer. And in order to cast a prayer, I need to roll a dice and see if I can match the prayer value on the data card.
And what prayer are you hoping Sigmar answers for you?
Right, well what I'm going to try and do is bless my weapons here with the Liberators, giving them extra abilities in combat. Now I need to pick a unit that's wholly within 12 inches. So I'm going to measure from the edge of my base to the edge of the Liberator's base and ensure that the entire unit is in that radius.
Okay.
Next up, in order to cast it, the prayer law says I need to roll a 6. So let's see if I can get it. I rolled a 2. Unsuccessful, but I can, with prayers, they're super powerful where you can actually build them up. So that 2 now is going to stay next to my priest, and hopefully next time I cast it, if I can roll a 4, I can add the 2 to it. I've got the 6 I need in order to cast the prayer successfully.
So she's hyping herself up, ready for that go turn.
Exactly. So Michael, that's the end of my hero phase. Do you have anything that you can use in my hero phase? And what you're looking for is anything in gold that says enemy hero phase or any hero phase.
Well, Stephen, I actually do, and it's called 3 Claw Steps Ahead, and it allows one of my Skaven non-monster units to actually just make a move.
So Michael, which unit would you like to move?
Well, I'm going to move these rat ogres towards you.
Okay, great. So what you need to do in order to move them, they need to remain in that coherency at the end of the move.
Okay.
And the only stipulation is you can make a normal move, which is just the amount it says on the data card of the rat ogres.
Okay, and that's 6 inches.
Right, so you can move up to 6 inches, but no further.
These rat ogres are hungry for battle, so they're going to run straight at your Lord Vigilant.
Nice.
So I have just moved, I've realised, more than combat range from the objective marker. Does that mean I don't control it anymore?
No, at the start of the battle, that's the stage when we're going to see who controls what. And they will remain under your control, providing that at the start of the battle, you were in combat range with it.
Okay, which I was, so it's still mine. I'm free to run at you.
You are. If I get on it though, then it might be able something I can take off you.
Oh, okay. We'll find out.
We will.
Well, that is me done. So what happens next?
Well, we go straight into my movement phase. And then at the end of my movement phase, after I've done all of my movements, we can then do any reactive type moves that you might have.
Oh, I get to move again in your turn.
Maybe.
That's exciting.
So the first unit I'm going to move, Michael, are my Liberators. And what I'm actually going to do to extend their normal move is I'm going to make a run roll with them. And that's going to extend my move by a number of inches that are displayed on the dice after I rolled it. I've rolled a 6, so that means I can move an additional 6 inches on top of my 5, meaning I can go a mighty 11.
Speedy.
And I'm just going to move to here because I want to take control of this objective. And I want to get as many models within combat range as I possibly can. Now, Michael, because I've made a run, I won't be able to charge you. So I won't be making any attacks into those clan rats, at least this turn.
Oh, good.
I'm going to hold the lines. So the next unit I'm going to move is my Lord Veritant, and again, I'm going to make that run roll of a 4. I want to make sure I'm ending my move wholly within 12 inches. So I'm going to go round the terrain and end there.
Fantastic. So you're trying to set up your prayer again
For next turn.
for next turn. I like it.
Yes, but I am leaving this objective. It's one for the taking. Now, Michael, you've moved awfully close to me, and I feel like I want to try and charge those rat ogres to see what I can kill. So I'm going to move the Lord Vigilant 12 inches, but that would actually take me within combat range, and I cannot end a move within combat range, so I just need to make sure I end my move just over 3 inches away.
Okay, so 3 is like a magic number.
Yes.
You can never step inside someone's personal bubble of 3 inches.
I can't get within your personal space just yet. I need to make a charge move in order to do that.
Okay, understood.
Okay, Michael, that concludes my movement phase. I'm going to leave off the prosecutors for this turn. But is there anything you would like to do? Now, you can spend one of your command points to use the command redeploy.
I like the sound of that.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it. How does it work?
Right, well, you need to spend one of your command points to go down to 3.
Okay.
And you need to pick one of your units in your army that you would like to move, but you're only going to get to go D6 inches.
Right, okay. I'm going to pick these clan rats.
Nice.
Because they've spied an objective you've walked away from, and I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
So D6 inches.
Yep. 4.
A mighty 4.
So in any direction, and make sure you stay in coherency.
These rats are going to eagerly go for that objective marker. Right. You know where I'm going with that. So we've moved. Is that it?
Yes, now we go into the shooting phase. I don't actually have any shooting weapons whatsoever in my army. The only ones that do are the prosecutors, and they're off the table. And you'll be able to see this on your data card because it will say ranged attacks. Unfortunately, I've just got swords, and my spears that I can throw are off the table. So is there anything that you would like to do in the shooting phase? So you can actually, Michael, spend one of your command points to pick one of your units with a ranged attack and do a command called covering fire. That allows you to shoot at the closest visible target, but you will be suffering a slight modifier to your hit because it's a little bit harder.
I mean, shoot you in your turn? How could I say no?
All right, so pick a unit that's within range of its ranged weapon.
Okay, so I'm going to pick the Warlock Engineer.
Okay.
How do I know what I can shoot?
Well, you need to first of all determine visibility. Okay, so is there a unit that you can see from, if you get down, looking from your model, can you see any of my models? Either this unit of Liberators here, or maybe this character.
So the Warlock Engineer can actually see your Liberators.
Yes.
And it's going to do some covering fire for the clan rats that are going to try and go for your objective. My musket has 2 attacks.
Okay.
So what do I do now?
Well, the first thing you need to do is check that you've got range, and you've got range of 24 on the data card.
That's right.
So you need to measure from the model. And can you see the Liberators? Yes. Are you within range of the Liberators? Yes. So now those 2 attacks are going to represent 2 dice that you're going to roll.
Okay.
Or 2 dice are going to represent the 2 attacks, however you want to look at it. Now, in order to successfully hit me, what you need to do is look on your data card to see what it requires you to roll on a d6.
That's a 3+.
Okay, now you are using covering fire, which is going to give you a -1 to hit on the dice roll. Okay.
Okay.
So that means any natural 3s that you roll, we're going to modify them slightly because it is slightly harder to either hit through cover or through covering fire. All right. Just roll 2 attacks and see if you hit. Okay, you rolled a 3 and a 4. Now what happens is these dice are modified by 1. So the 3 now gets modified to a 2, and the 4 is modified to a 3. So now we need to see your data card, which is a 3+.
Yes.
The 2 misses, but the 3 is successful. So you've got 1 successful hit.
Fantastic. Right, so what's the next step? I've got another characteristic and it says 3+.
Okay, so that means this is what's required in order for you to actually hurt me. Okay, so this is the next stage. Roll a dice. If you roll a 3, you've done potentially some damage.
Okay, and is there any kind of modifier to this?
No, there's not. Not at this stage. You've rolled a 4, that's successful.
You're wounded. Are you dead?
Not yet. What is the rend characteristic of your weapon?
No, the musket's rend 2.
Okay, that's pretty powerful. So, I'm going to roll a dice, and again, we're going to modify my saving throw needed by the rend characteristic, okay?
Okay.
I've rolled a 4. Normally this would be okay, but again, because it's rend 2, I need to subtract 2 from this result, taking me down to a 2.
Okay.
That's a fail.
And your armor save is a 3.
Correct, yeah. So 2 is less than 3, it goes through. What is the damage characteristic of your attack?
The damage is D3 on this.
Okay, now a D3 is really interesting. So we obviously use a D6, right? With 6 sides. In order to determine a D3, the easiest thing that you can do is use a result of a 1 in a 2 to represent a 1. A 3 or a 4 is going to represent the result of a 2. And then a 5 or a 6 is going to represent the result of a 3, okay?
Okay, so it's kind of like halving it and then rounding it.
Basically, yeah.
Interesting, right.
So if you roll a dice to see what the damage is going to be. you've rolled an almighty 6 on the cheese, so that is going to be 3 damage. Now, my liberators, I'm going to first of all place how much damage I've taken in a damage pool, which is 3.
Okay, and is that for a model or a whole unit?
It's for the whole unit. Now, when the damage pool is greater than one of the model's health characteristics, and for me it's 2 on the data card of the liberators, we can remove a model, and we can pick any one we want. So this model's going to get removed. Now we've removed this model, I can take 2 from this total of 3 down to 1, and there's 1 damage that's been allocated to now this unit.
Okay, good work, Warlock Engineer.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Right, so that is the shooting phase complete. Now we're into my charge phase. Michael, there's only one charge I want to make. This unit ran, so the only charge I'm able to make is with my Lord Vigilant. And in order to make a charge roll, I need to roll 2 dice, add them together, and see if that can equal the distance needed for my unit to get within half an inch of your unit.
That doesn't look very high.
Well, basically, as long as I don't roll a double 1, we're absolutely okay. Because a 1 plus a 2 is 3 inches, and that will get me within half an inch of your unit. I've rolled a 7. So what I'm going to do is I can move in any direction 7 inches, and I'm going to end within half an inch of you there.
Okay, very nice. So you don't have to go straight at them. You can kind of maneuver, provided it's within the 7 inches.
You got it.
Oh, cool.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to do now in the charge phase?
No, I think I'm okay.
You're okay?
Okay, what can I do?
Okay, so you could spend 2 of your command points to do something called counter charge. And you could pick one of your units and basically make a charge in the same way that I have. Now, you can only declare a unit if it's within 12 inches, and that's one of the stipulations of making a charge move. You can only declare a unit within 12.
Okay, well, I'll go for it.
Who are you going to do it with?
I've got some clan rats.
Okay,
They
brilliant.
see some weakened Stormcast.
They're going to go for it.
We're going to go for it. So that's all of my command points gone now. And the charge you say is 2d6.
Yes, and you're going to need, from the closest model to the closest, a 9.
I believe.
Okay.
I believe in the cheese.
Let's do it. He's rolled an 11. This is massive from the clan rats. Okay, they are going in. Now, one model has to end within half an inch, and the rest can go over wherever they like, providing that you stay in coherency.
And then the rest of the brave clan rats will follow in their banner and their leader. Good work, an 11.
Well, Michael, if you've got command points, I did say spend them, but remember, you're not going to have any when it gets to your turn.
Oh.
Yes.
I made a mistake.
But that was pretty big, because now this is going to be much harder for me to take this objective. Now it's time for the combat phase. And in the combat phase, the first thing that happens is we need to resolve any units that have the strike first rule. I actually have an artifact that gives it to me once per game on my Lord Vigilant, but I'm not going to use it. So we're just going to go into the normal fight stage.
Okay.
And this is where we're going to alternate picking units to fight, but we start with me because I'm the active player.
Very nice. Where would you like to go first?
I think I'm going to go here with the Lord Vigilant.
Okay.
Because I think the Liberators can hold the lines against the clan rats. Less so interested in taking a punch from those big rat ogres. Now, the first thing to do to make a pile-in move is you can move your model up to 3 inches, but I cannot end any further away than my current position. So I'm just inside half an inch. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move 3 inches to steal this objective and just end slightly closer than that half an inch.
Oh, that's an awesome play.
Oh no. Over here, I'm going to spend one of my command points for something called all-out attack. This is going to give me +1 to the dice rolls. I would normally need 3s with my massive axe, but now essentially it's going to need 2s in order to be successful to hit.
Wow, okay.
5 attacks. 2 miss. I wound you on a 3+. Okay, 2 wound.
What's your rend?
It is Ren 2.
Okay, I've got a save of 5+.
All right, well, this actually means it's going to be impossible for you to even save this.
Okay, yes.
Because if you roll a 6, it's going to be modified by the 2 for the rend, and that's going to result in a 4. So that's going to fail. You would need to roll a 7, which unfortunately you can't do on 1 dice. So now we just go straight through to the damage step, and it's damage 2 each. So we need to allocate 4 points of damage to your unit. Now, I also get Buckbeak, the Hippogriff, to a fight, and normally I hit on 4s, And this attack does actually work on the companion, which this is. Not many abilities do work on companions. So I've hit 3 times with Buckpeak the companion, and that now means we move on to the wound roll. I've wounded 3 times, Michael.
Oh dear.
These are Rend 1.
Okay, so I've got a 5+ save.
Yep.
3 saves to make. Okay, now the 5 will go to a 4, and the rest
3.
are already below 5. So 3 go through.
They are also 2 damage each.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
So that's going to be 10 damage in total.
Oh no, that's a lot of damage.
Now, what's your health characteristic of that?
4.
Right, so that's going to be 2 that are going to die,
Okay.
and then 2 damage is going to remain allocated to the rat ogres.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to remove this model and this model. And then put a 2 by the unit.
Now, Michael, I've finished my attacks there. You can either choose to attack with the rat ogre.
Can you hit me again with this guy?
No. So I would recommend fighting with the clan rats and try and thin down at least 1 more liberator before they crush you with their almighty hammers. Okay, Michael, so the first thing you need to do is pile in if you want to.
I will pile in. How do I know who can attack?
Okay, so it's really simple. Any model that is within 3 inches can fight.
Okay, I mean, we're all within 3 inches.
Yep, and you're contesting the objective of every single model, so you don't necessarily need to pile in if you don't want to.
We're lazy. We're not going to bother.
No worries.
So I've got an attack characteristic of 2.
Okay, so you've got 10 models.
So 20 attacks.
However, do you have a champion? And you'll see this on the war scroll. If you have the keyword champion, he will give you an extra attack.
I do have the champion keyword. I do notice I've got a musician and a standards bearer keyword as well.
That might be relevant later, but not at this stage in the fight phase.
Okay.
Just that champion, he will give you an extra attack.
21 attacks.
Yes.
I like it. Now I'm hitting on 4s.
You are, yeah.
Is there anything that you want to do?
Well, actually, I'm going to spend a command point now to do something called all-out defense. I mentioned this earlier, and I'm going to increase my saving throw by 1.
So what will that do for you?
Put me on a 2+ save, unless you've got any rend.
So I've got no rend.
So that will mean I'm on a 2+ save.
Stephen, you're going to roll some 1s, I know it.
I probably will.
So let's hit you. Now, I've got an ability that says crit auto wound.
Okay, let me tell you what that does. A critical hit is always on the result of a hit roll. Okay? Regardless of what it says, whether it's critical auto wound, crit mortal, crit whatever, it always happens on the hit roll. And you're looking for any 6s. So if we look at the dice, all those cheeses are 6s.
That is
okay.
6.
Now, if you take those out of the tray for now, crit auto wounds means they've automatically wounded. So they're going to skip the next stage and they're going to go straight to my saving throws. But with all the other successful hits, you now need to roll to wound like we did earlier. What do you need to wound, Michael?
So I need 5s to wound you. It's a bit tough. They're only little daggers and stuff. We've done okay.
That's pretty good.
So that is 3 wounds there, and now I add in the auto wounds.
That's it.
Very nice. That is 9 saves on your liberators, Steve.
Right. Any 1s, and I'm going to lose another liberator.
1s.
Another Stormcast will be off to see Sigmar to get reforged.
Oh.
He's absolutely bossed it. And yeah, no 1s required.
Fine then.
So unfortunately, you're unable to get through the almighty shields of the liberators, and it is time for me to now pick a unit. Unfortunately, you can never fight twice unless it states that you can or have an ability that allows you to. So I can't fight again with the Lord Vigilator, which means it is straight onto my liberators.
Okay.
So Michael, in my unit, I've got a couple of different weapons. One of my models has got the Great Hammer, and that's going to be slightly more damaging, so I'll resolve those attacks after. So first of all, we're going to go with the Champion, and then also the other 2 Liberators with the normal Warhammers, okay? I'm needing 3s to hit, but I've got crit mortals, so any 6s are mortal wounds, which I'll tell you about later if I roll any. Okay, so I've rolled 3 6s. These are going to be super interesting. Not only do they automatically wound you, they automatically go straight through your armor save. And the only way to possibly save these is if you have a ward save. Do you have something called a ward save on your data scroll?
I don't see ward anywhere, no.
Well, unfortunately, Michael, that sucks to be a rat. So in that case, you've got 3 mortal wounds to be applied to the unit already.
Okay.
Then I need to roll to wound. Need 3s. That's 2 more. And these are at Rend 1.
Rend 1. Well, I do have a 5-up save.
Okay.
I failed them both.
So that's another 2 points of damage.
Okay.
That's up to 5.
5 so far.
And now I've got the Great Hammer. This is 2 damage.
Is it great?
It is pretty great. Okay, 1's missed. Not so great. Now I need to wound. That wounds. Rend 1 again.
Rend 1, okay. Come on, cheese. 6.
Give me. So that goes through. That's 2 damage now.
Ouch. So that is 7 allocated to the unit.
And how many wounds does how many health characteristic does your unit have?
So I've got a health characteristic of 1.
So that means 7 will perish.
7 are slain. Ouch. That hurt.
So you want to leave your champion, your musician, and also the banner. Right, Michael, you've got 1 unit left to fight. It's the Rat Ogre.
Okay.
Now, would you like to pile in? Because currently you're not standing on the objective, but you could use your pile in move to maybe try and contest it.
I think I will.
Okay.
I think I will.
So pile in 3 inches,
So-
any direction.
I'm going to get behind Buckbeak.
Cool.
And then I will attack you.
So how many attacks do you have?
I've got 5 attacks.
Nice.
I do also have an ability,
Okay.
but it does mortal wounds to me.
Okay.
And I've only got 2 damage allocated, so I've got 2 damage allocated so far.
What would the Skaven do?
They'd probably go for it.
They do. Go on, go for it, Michael.
All right, okay,
So
fine.
what does the ability do?
So the ability is Unleash Warp Fury,
Okay.
and I basically roll a d3,
Yeah.
and I take that many mortal damage.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a 1 or 2 here.
Well, you've got it.
Thank you, Great Horned Rat.
Okay.
So that's 3 damage done there, because you said the mortal damage goes through saves and everything.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, and I don't have a ward or anything on this.
Okay.
So 5 attacks plus 1 for this ability.
6 attacks. I like
6 attacks.
it. Sounds extremely Skaven of you to do that. Oh, nice.
So this is a 4+ to hit.
Okay.
Have you got anything that makes you harder to hit?
Nope. That's a good roll.
Okay, I've got no crit anything abilities.
Okay, just 4 hits.
And then it's a 3+ to wound.
Okay.
That's pretty good, Steve.
What's the rend?
It's rend 1.
So I'm looking for 4 ups. Oh, okay, right. So the 4 now becomes a 3, which does still pass.
Okay.
And the 5 becomes a 4, again successful. What's the damage?
Damage is 2.
Okay, cool. So I take 2 damage.
Yes, take that.
Okay. Michael, everybody's fought that can fight. We're now in the end of turn phase of the game. I don't have anything that can be determined at the end of the phase, do you?
I do have an ability.
Okay.
It's called Seething Swarm.
All right, and what does it say?
So this one allows me to return D3 models to my clan rat unit.
Cool, that's really good. So, roll a dice. You rolled a 2.
4 becomes a 2, so
Yep.
2 models come back,
Yep.
and I just set these up within half an inch.
Yeah, they need to go back into the same unit, and they have to be in coherency, okay?
Okay, we're back. We just
All right.
faked our deaths.
Okay, now that concludes everything, I believe. So now we need to determine who is controlling what objectives for my scoring. I'm going to score 2 for holding this one. I'm going to score another 2 points for holding this objective. Now, this one is currently contested at the moment by both of us. So we need to determine who holds it. What is the control score on your war scroll?
So I've got control of 1.
Okay, cool, and I've got 1 as well. But how many models have you got?
I've got 5.
And you've got a banner.
I do have a banner, yes.
So that gives +1, so giving you a total of,
6.
and I've got 4.
Okay, so the banner is +1 on top of everything.
Got it.
Aha.
Your 6 is greater than my 4, so therefore, that is going to be your objective.
The rats win.
Yes. We now need to determine the control score of the Rat Ogre.
It's just 1.
Okay. My Lord Vigilant now is control 2. So I will control this over you, so that will get me another 2 points,
Very nice.
because I control more.
Excellent, okay.
So that concludes my turn on 6 points, and we're going to go into your first turn, Michael. So Michael, it's time for the hero phase. What you're looking for is any of abilities at all that say any hero phase or your hero phase.
Okay, well I've got Warpstone Shards on my Grey Seer,
Okay.
and they're a wizard, so I'd quite like to see what I can do with a wizard.
Well, you definitely cast powers in the hero phase, so that's something we can do. Now, there on the bottom of your war scroll will say the level of wizard that you are.
Wizard 1.
Okay, so that means you can cast 1 spell in this kind of turn.
Okay.
All right, if you had 2, you could cast 2, and same for unbinding, but I'll come on to that later. So, which power would you like to cast on your spell lore?
I'd like to cast Skitterleap.
Okay, cool. So, Skitterleap, there'll be a casting value, and that's what's required in order for you to successfully cast it. So, what is it?
6.
All right, so what you're going to do is roll 2 dice, and you're going to need to try and equal 6, okay, on 2 dice. However, it is successful. You've got a special ability that allows you to roll 3d6, right?
Yeah, warp shards.
This is only specific to this character. Okay, but we will show it off. Roll an extra dice.
Okay, would I do this before rolling the spell normally?
You would, yeah.
Ah, okay.
And if you're able to achieve a total of 13, then you basically make it completely undeniable. Okay, so I can't unbind it, can't get rid of it.
Okay.
It's just happening.
Right.
It's also very strong because if you don't roll a 13, you can remove one of the dice.
I'm going to remove the 1.
That's a good choice, yeah. So you rolled a 6.
Yes.
It's successful. I've got the Lord Veritant, which has an ability that allows her to unbind as if she was a level wizard 1.
Oh,
okay?
nice.
So I'm going to attempt to do that. I'm within range of 30.
Do you need to see to unbind my spell?
No, just sort of see it in the ether.
I mean, I guess she doesn't see anyway, to be fair.
No.
Yeah.
She's got a blindfold on.
Yeah.
Right, so I need to roll over a 6. Okay, I rolled a 5.
Oh, okay.
That means it goes off, Michael.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens now?
So I pick a Skaven hero, wholly within 13, because
Okay.
that is our magic number.
Yep.
And then I can pick them up and set them back up on the board more than 9 inches horizontally from enemy models.
Okay, so that basically means over 9 inches away from me.
Yes.
Okay. Which one would you like to pick?
I'm going to pick up the Gracia.
Okay, nice, yeah.
Disappear,
Yeah.
and then
Oh no, you're going to set up.
doing it. I'm going.
Love it. And providing you're over 9 inches away from any of my units, you're good to land there.
Okay, now I've got an ability that has that gold colour on my Claw Lord on Norbeast, and this guy can pick a friendly Skaven unit wholly within 13.
Okay. Yeah.
Which these guys are.
The clan rats, yeah.
And I can do D3 mortal damage, 1 mortal damage rather,
Okay.
and then they get +5 to their control
Very
until the
good.
end of the turn.
Nice.
So I'm going to whip them into submission.
Yeah.
One of them will die because
Yeah.
their health is 1,
Yes.
and then they've got extra 5 control.
Nice.
And that is my hero phase, I think.
So now you've finished your hero phase, it's now opportunity for me to do anything in the hero phase.
Okay.
I'm going to pick this unit here to have a 5+ ward. And this is actually my battle formation ability.
Okay, and how does this work?
So I pick a unit with the correct keyword, which is the Ruination Chamber. And basically, yeah, I can have a 5+ ward. And a ward save is going to help me kind of negate some of the damage that's inflicted to me.
Okay, well, I'll try and do some damage and then you can show me.
How it works, yeah.
Is that it? Can I move now?
You can move.
Okay, so it's the movement phase.
Yep.
I don't have any abilities that trigger in the movement phase, so I'm just going to move some models.
Now, to recap, you can either make a normal move, which is you move up to the move characteristics. You can make a retreat move, which is when you're in combat range and you want to get out of it. There is a slight drawback, though. You would normally take D3 mortal wounds as you do so.
Don't like the sound of that.
No, but I believe you're Skaven, and I think you've got some rules to get around that.
So we are too quick to hit it, which means that we don't take mortal wounds,
Okay.
mortal damage when we retreat.
So you would just have to move outside of that combat range and end outside of 3.
Okay.
Or, of course, you could make a run, which is where you roll that dice and add that to your move characteristic, but you won't be able to make a charge unless you've got an ability that says otherwise.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's start moving some units. These rats will fall back, and because of that control buff, hopefully still hold the objective. The Claw Lord is going to come for some tasty liberators. The clan rats will run for a total of 11, so 5 + 6. And the banner will lead the way. I'm going to move the Warlock Engineer. Stephen, I want to retreat my Rat Ogre.
Right.
I've got a gun.
Yes.
Can I shoot you while I'm in combat with you?
Well, you can't shoot if you retreat.
Right.
You also can't shoot if you run.
Okay.
Now, you actually have an ability called Shoot in Combat,
Okay.
which allows you to actually shoot whilst you are in combat. Because normally you wouldn't be able to. You're too busy fighting that you can't shoot any weapons. Your ogre, he's able to. So if you want to stay there, you can shoot me, and then we can fight in combat. Or you can retreat, but you won't be able to shoot.
I'd like to shoot you, so
Fair
I'm
enough.
going to stay in combat.
Good choice.
Right, I've moved all of my units.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd like to do in my movement phase?
Oh, I think I am going to stay as I am. I think I'm going to save my command points.
Shooting phase next?
Shooting phase, yeah.
I'll begin with the Warlock Engineer.
Okay.
Now, we've seen this guy already. I'm going to shoot these Liberators.
Nice.
Out of curiosity, if I was still in combat with the Clan Rats, would I be able to shoot you?
You would, yeah.
Okay, and is there like a minus to hit or anything?
Nope.
Right, okay.
The only negative necessarily is if you're in combat, okay? But you've got that ability that says otherwise. So, yeah, you'd be absolutely fine to shoot.
Okay, well, we know it's 2 shots. It's 3s to hit. That's 1 hit for you. And then 3 to wound. I failed to wound.
Oh, we've survived this time.
Yeah, you blocked it with your shield. Or I just wildly missed. The Rat Ogre.
Yes.
So I've got shooting combat, as you've said. You're definitely in range.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 2d6 shots.
Okay, so that means you need to determine how many actual attacks you have. So you're going to roll 2 dice, and that is the number of shots. So 7.
7. Well, it's not bad.
5 hits.
5 hits. And then it wounds on 4s.
Nice.
Oh, never mind.
Failed to find the mark, I see.
You're just too close to me.
Yeah.
And then I have 1 more gun,
Yes.
which is on my Clawlord.
Nice.
Right, I've got my Gatling piece on my Clawlord.
Nice.
And he's going to ride by and shoot those Liberators.
Okay.
So it says he's got d6 shots, which I know is now rolling a dice to see. So we've got 2.
2 attacks, yep.
Hits on 3s.
Nice.
2 hits.
Nice.
This guy, just like the Clan Rats, has got crit auto wound.
Brilliant. So that's 6. That cheese is going to automatically wound.
Oh, so cheesy. And then
Another cheese.
So 2 big cheeses for you.
Okay.
It's rend 1
Okay.
and 1 damage.
All right. So I'm looking for 4s. Okay. So that 3 would have normally been okay, but because of that Ren 1 makes it a 2. That fails. The 5 becomes a 4. So 1 goes through, and that will remove the damage because that will go up to 2, and then I'm going to remove a model.
Right, you don't have any guns, I think you mentioned.
No.
So I assume there's nothing you can do in my shooting phase.
No.
Fantastic. It's time for charging,
Let's do it.
Stephen. And the Clawlord has his eye on the Liberators.
Cool. Roll 2 dice.
We're going for it. It's an 8.
Any way you want. Now, here's the thing. In Age of Sigmar, you don't need to declare who you're charging into.
Oh, okay.
You can actually just move 8 inches in any direction. So if 8 inches long enough, it could even get you to here, providing you end in ½ an inch. So you can choose at this stage. But let's have a look what you would need to my... Okay, so you can't charge my character because you're over the distance required.
Okay.
You'd be over 8 from here. So yeah, your only option is them.
All right, I'm going to make it very simple, and I'm just going to go straight in here.
Love it. Michael, is that the end of the charge phase?
Yes, it is.
Right, so now it would be my opportunity to countercharge. I don't really fancy it over here, so I'm not going to. So we're now into a fight phase.
Yes.
So normally we would go with who you want to fight with first of all in the normal stages of fighting.
This ogre, because he's nearly dead.
Well, about that, Michael.
What?
You know, I told you I've got the Quicksilver draft.
Okay.
This is my artifact that I've got. This allows me to once per battle have strike first, and I think now's the time to use it.
Okay, so you use it and you have strike first. What does that mean?
It basically means anything that has strike first fights before anything else.
Oh.
And we would still carry on alternating between the 2 of us. So if you had any rules to strike first, you would still get to pick the first unit because it's your turn.
Okay, well I don't. So good luck,
me
ogre.
So we've got 5 attacks here, and I'm hitting on 3s. But I've only got 2 command points left. I might all-out defense here. So tell you what, I'm going to all-out attack.
Okay,
because
can you all-out attack and all-out defense the same unit?
you can only do a command on a unit once per phase.
Oh, so you couldn't have 2 happening in the same phase?
No.
I see.
So I'm going to all-out attack here, and then save one for later on for all-out defense.
Nice.
Okay, well that was lucky because otherwise I would have only hit once. 3s, 2 saves, which will go straight through because it's Ren 2 and you've only got that 5+ save. 2 damage each.
Wah, wah, wah.
He's gone.
Right, Stephen, I've got a really gnarly guy in combat with you now.
Okay.
So I've got obviously my artifact and my heroic trait. My artifact is the most important. So it's the Warpstone Charm,
Okay.
and it reduces your save
Right.
1.
Okay, so I'm going to spend a CP for all-out defense, which gives me +1.
Nice.
But your ability kind of counteracts that.
Okay, cool.
And if I didn't use it, then I'd be reducing my save by a further 1.
So for that Warpstone charm, I do have to roll a 3 up.
Okay. You do.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Whew, no more 2-up saves. Now, I also have a battle trait,
Okay.
which is the Claw Horde,
Right.
and it gives verminous +1 rend when they charge.
Pretty good.
How do I know if he's verminous?
So that will be on the bottom of the war scroll. It will tell you if you have that keyword.
So he has that keyword,
Nice.
so I'm going to attack you now with my
do it.
halberd.
Let's do it.
I've got 5 attacks.
Very good.
It's 3s to hit you.
Okay.
We've got 4 hits there.
Yep.
And then it's 4s to wound you.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got 2 wounds.
Yep.
Now, this is normally rend 1,
Yep.
but I'm verminous in charge, so rend 2.
Okay.
And your save's reduced by 1.
Right, so this would actually be effectively rend 3. But because I all out defense, that gives me +1.
Okay.
So that means it's kind of effectively -2.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'm looking for 5s on the dice.
Right.
6 down by 2 is a 4. That's good. But the 4 goes down to a 2. That would now fail. What's the damage?
Damage 2.
Okay, cool.
So the Gnaw Beast now, with all its gnarly teeth, is going to bite your Liberators. It's 4s to hit you,
Okay.
and I've got 2 hits there,
Nice.
and then it's 3s to wound you.
Yep.
So it's 1 wound.
Okay.
This is normally rend 1.
Okay.
I get an extra rend when I'm verminous in charge.
Well, you're a companion, and you'll see that keyword on the attack.
Okay.
When you're in a companion, or when you're using a companion attack, you don't get any benefits whatsoever from any friendly abilities.
Right.
So this would count as one of those, so you wouldn't get that. But the debuff, or the effect you put onto me, which reduced my save by 1, is still in effect.
Okay, cool. So it's rend 1, essentially rend 2 because I've debuffed your defense.
Yes.
Okay, well, it's just one wound for you there.
Okay, but I've still got that all-out attack, so it's going to be rend 1. We're looking for 4 on the dice. I rolled a 2, that's going to fail. What's the damage?
D3.
Oh, very nice. Oh,
3 damage.
wow. So I go up to 5 on the damage pool, and I now need to start allocating to some of the models. So there's 2 wounds there. There's 2 wounds there. So that's 4 out of the damage taken, and I'm going to allocate 1 remaining piece of damage to my model with a greater hammer.
So I've got a question for you, Stephen.
Yes.
I have a heroic trait on this guy, and it's called Scurry Away, and it just says in the combat phase.
Okay.
I can use it.
Yeah.
So can I use it immediately after I fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the best rules I've seen so far.
Okay.
It is super strong. You can basically run away at this stage before I get to fight.
Right, I do have to roll a 3 up though.
Roll a 3 up then. It's a 5.
Okay.
You've done it. You've been successful.
So I can retreat,
Yes.
and like we discussed, I don't take any more damage.
No.
I'm going to retreat this way.
Now remember, you can't end in combat range of my character.
Okay.
And you also have to end outside of combat range of here as well.
Well, do you get to fight now, or you don't?
No, I don't fight because he's no longer within 3 inches. I'm not in combat range, so
Okay.
I'm not able to select myself as a target. Although I started at the start of combat in combat, I'm no longer not.
That seems quite strong.
It's
I like
very
that.
good. Yeah. Okay, so at the end of the combat phase, we need to determine the end of turn phase, which is how many. Well, first of all, do you get any rats back? That's
Well,
one of those abilities.
I certainly do.
Yeah.
2 more arrive from the woodwork.
Now you can't set up in combat range like you could before
Oh, okay.
because you're no longer in combat range.
All right.
All right.
So we'll just set up like that.
All right. Now we're going to determine who holds what objectives, and we're going
Mm-hmm.
to see how many points you've got. So you've taken this one off me,
I have indeed. Ha ha ha.
so that's going to get you 2.
Excellent. This one?
You are also going to score another 2 points for that one,
Excellent. I like it.
and your control score is much greater than mine in this middle.
Yes.
So that's another one. So
Fantastic.
that is going to be 6 points for you.
Excellent. Well, we're all drawn.
It's all drawn. Now it's time to determine who goes first as we go into battle round 2. And we will need to get 4 more CPs each.
I have missed having CPs.
Yes. Now, there is a thing, Michael, called the underdog. If one of us had a greater score than the other player would be an underdog.
Okay.
And there's a mission twist that affects the underdog, and they would be able to pick one of the objectives on the table for this specific mission to count as essentially not there,
Interesting.
and you would get an additional CP.
Oh, cool.
But as we're drawn, there's no underdog, and we just go into determining who is going to be taking the initiative in Battle Round 2. Michael, it's time to roll off to see who is going to be taking the turn.
Big cheese time.
I rolled a 4.
Big cheese.
Michael,
it's a 4.
you've rolled a 4. Now, we drew, which means I get to choose. Now, I'm going to choose to take the turn, Michael. Okay? Now, I went first last time. I'm going to choose to go first again, so it alternates who's going. However, if you would have won the roll-off, you could have picked to take the turn again and essentially seize the initiatives, or as it's known, take the double turn.
Okay.
But if you do take the double turn, in Age of Sigmar, when you're playing with battle tactics, which is another additional type of scoring that we're not using in this introductory game, but is part of competitive play, you wouldn't be able to score any battle tactics for that round.
Right.
So there's a bit of a detriment where you're sacrificing a huge amount of your scoring potential in the hopes to maybe get a better position or crush your enemy.
Nice. Okay.
All right, but I'm going to take the turn, so we're going to go into my hero phase. Okay, Michael, in my hero phase, I've got a few things to do here.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use the Lord Vigilant to pick himself to have a 5+ ward save. Okay,
Right.
because he's part of that Ruination Chamber. And that's part of my battle formation. Then what we're going to do is we're going to try and chant a prayer here, okay, with the Lord Vervitant.
She's still going. Just
She's-
hoping it gets heard this time.
And I'm going to use something called Healing Storm.
Oh.
This goes off on a 4. So I rolled a 5. And I can now add my 5 to my 2, which is greater than the 4 needed. And that's now successful.
Oh.
Okay, so it goes off. If it was over an 8, it would have actually done another type of ability as well.
Oh, cool.
And it could have affected more units. But all this does is it heals this unit by D3. So I've rolled a 3, and that just takes my model back up to full health.
Nice.
So the next thing I'm going to do, Michael, is I'm going to use one of my command points and command this unit to rally. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to roll 6 dice. And for every 4+, I'm going to get something called a rally point. And those rally points will be able to restore wounds on models.
Nice.
A little bit like the reverse of taking damage.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm looking for 4s. And I've had 3 there. So those 3 points gives me one of my liberators back. But unfortunately, because I can't bring like half wounded models back, only I'm going to be able to bring the 1 back, okay? So that's rally done, 5+ ward. On this unit here, I'm going to also give them their finest hour. This is the once per game Stormcast ability. I can select one of my units and only once for that unit, and I can get +1 to their saving throw and also +1 to wound.
Very cool.
All right, and that's one of my like battle traits I have as part of my army. All right, so any other hero phase abilities? No, I think that's it.
I'm going to do some.
What are you going to do?
Well, rally sounded pretty good, so I'm going to rally as well
Okay,
with these clan rats.
nice.
And I'm going to try and bring back the whole unit.
Oh no.
So it's 6 dice, right, to rally?
Whoa, 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 Michael. You've got a little flute because you've got a musician.
Okay.
And now you can roll an extra dice.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
The tunes, bringing back the rats.
Okay.
I rolled 3.
All right, so you get 3 rats back.
So they're 1 health each, so I can bring 3 back. And you said I can't go within engagement range.
Correct.
So we just go like that. I am always 3 claw steps ahead.
You really are.
So I'm going to do a move with the unit.
Which unit are you going to move?
I'm actually going to move the clan rats.
Okay.
And I'm going to move them 6 inches.
In where are you going to go?
I'm going to go this way.
Okay. Now, can I make a suggestion, Michael?
Yes.
If you were to move this unit to here,
Yeah.
then at the start of your turn, this would remain under your control. So then you could leave it
Okay.
and still have it.
That sounds like a great idea, Stephen, actually. And I had this false sense of self-preservation that Skaven probably don't actually have.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that, and we're going to claim this ground
I like it.
that you've left for us.
Right, have you finished doing stuff, Michael, in my turn?
Yes, I think I sufficiently outnumber you,
Yes.
as I preferred earlier, even though you doubled your numbers.
Yes.
I'm happy.
And you've now basically stolen this off me, which is huge because I'm not going to score those points anymore.
Yeah, of course. That's amazing.
It's really good. It's a really good play. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Oh, I'm a genius.
Yeah, so next up, we're going to go into the movement phase. So I'm going to start off, Michael, by moving my Lord Vigilant 12 inches. He's going to hunt down this Warlock, I think. The Liberators are in a pretty good place right now, so I'm not going to move those. So now I'm going to set up from the celestial realm the prosecutors, and I need to be over 9 inches away from all of your units.
Okay.
So just over 9 inches from you there. Now they've also got an ability which allows them to set up within 2 inches of each other.
Oh,
So they've got 2-inch coherency.
that's cool.
And I also want to make sure I'm just over 9 inches away from this model. That is going to conclude the end of my movement phase. Is there anything you would like to do with the movement phase?
No, I'm all right, thanks.
You're all right. Okay, cool. So we're into the shooting phase. I've actually got some shots now that I can do. And I'm just going to shoot 2 models, 2 javelins, into this warlock here.
Okay.
2 javelin attacks because I've only got range 10. And I've rolled a 6 and a 1, so 1 hits.
Okay.
Looking for a 3 to wound, that fails.
I'm invincible.
You absolutely are. Right. Anything you would like to do at the end of the shooting phase?
I think I'm going to shoot you again in your turn.
Oh, no. Who are you going to shoot with?
So I'm going to covering fire with my Warlock Engineer,
Okay.
and I'm going to shoot the Liberators.
Yeah, because it has to be the closest visible target, which is them. Because you won't be able to shoot him, because this is hiding me, and obviously these are further away.
Yeah, fantastic. I do have the ability more Warp Energy,
Okay.
which means if I didn't use a move or move in any way,
Yeah,
and I used a shoot ability, I can have flat damage 3 instead of D3,
that's really good.
but I do have to roll for it.
Okay.
So on a 2+, I'm fine. I'm fine. If I'd rolled a 1, I'd have taken mortal damage.
Nice.
So 2 shots again,
Yes.
and covering fire was at -1, right?
Yes.
So 3s, 1 will miss,
Yeah.
and then 3s again. That is a wound. It is rend 2.
Okay, so I've got that almighty ability on me, which is your finest hour, so I get +1.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a 4 on the dice. I'm good.
Damn.
So now we're into the charge phase. Lord Veritant is going to charge into this horrible, horrible Claw Lord. Hopefully, if I can make it. I've rolled a 10. Okay. Interesting.
Do you want to go for the Claw Lord?
I could go over here. I think I'm actually going to go round to here
Okay.
and get within half an inch of both of these targets.
All right. Nice.
Give me lots of options then. Now it's time for the Liberators. Going 9 inches.
Okay.
So again, I'm going to have this so I could fight into either of these targets. Now it's time for the Prosecutors. I need a 9.
Okay.
But Prosecutors have a really cool rule where they get to roll an additional dice.
And they get all of it.
They get the whole distance.
Wow.
But that is an awful roll. I've rolled a 5. So I'm going to have to spend one of my precious command points to re-roll the charge.
Okay.
That is a 12.
Very nice.
That is going to be sufficient. Prosecutors are in. Now, one last charge to make.
Don't do it.
Hopefully I can make this charge. I've rolled a 5. That will be exactly enough to get me in combat.
If you hadn't rolled a 5,
Yes.
would you be able to re-roll it?
No, because I've already used that command once this phase. So Michael, would you like to countercharge?
I don't have a huge amount of options for it. And actually, I need to survive this turn in order to keep that objective from you.
Yeah.
So I'm all right. Go on and do your worst.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure this guy's going to survive this combat.
Oh, bold.
So I think the most important thing for me to do here is actually use my Liberators. I think they've probably got the most potential to kill your Claw Lord. I need
Okay.
lots of mortal wounds to happen, but I might get lucky. Now they're already getting that +1 to wound from your finest hour. I'm also going to spend a CP here to get all-out attack.
Well, Stephen, I'm going to do all-out defense.
I thought you might. This is with the champion with his Warhammer. Hit looking for 2s. Oh!
Oh! You can't hit me. I'm too gnarly.
What is
dodge.
going on?
I don't think you're going to be able to deal with him, Stephen. You're in trouble now.
That was the most pathetic thing I've ever... He's just come back, you see.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been reforged.
I hate to break it, but that was the big hammer, right?
No, that was
Oh,
the
it's
champion.
Okay, cool.
This is the 2 attacks from the Great Hammer.
Right.
6s, come on. Okay. Another one. 1 hit. +1 to wound. It's not really their finest hour, is it?
No.
Okay, so that definitely wounds.
Their lowest moment.
Yeah, and you're fine. Cool. So they did nothing.
Okay.
Well done, Liberators. Michael, over to you.
It's clan rat time, Stephen.
Yes.
And I'm just going to put everything into those prosecutors because they're pretty scary.
Well, I'm not all out defense.
Fine. So I've got 19 attacks.
Nice.
My crit auto wounds, that's 5 for you already.
Nice.
We're actually doing all right, these clan rats. Better than those liberators, at least.
Yes.
And then 5s to wound. Good work, clan rat.
I want some of these cheese dice.
No, they're mine. They're mine. They're my cheesy dice. So that's 10 wounds. No Ren, sadly.
Okay, so I've got 2+ saves.
Oh,
But you have managed to actually kill one.
okay.
I've only got 2 wounds. And yeah, that's 1 dead.
Excellent. Good work, clan rats.
Okay, so it's time for Lord Ververton. She got the Staff of Abjuration. Hits on a 3. She's hit.
Okay.
Do I wound on a 3? I do.
What's your rend?
This is Rend 1.
Rend 1. So I've got a 4+ save and all out defense. So this
Okay.
is a 4 I need. Another cheese.
Sick of this cheese.
He's got so much cheese.
I hate him, this cheese. 3 attacks with the Flaming Sword. That's 2 hits. That's 2 wounds. Rend 1 again.
Rend what? Flaming sword. Rend 1.
I know, it's not very hot.
Well, it's not very hot when you cheese it all. So
It ain't easy being this cheesy, is it, Michael?
he's fine.
Where you go next, Michael?
It's Grayseer's time.
Okay,
And I'm going to hit you with my staff.
all right.
So this is 4s.
Okay, 2 hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Followed by 4s.
Okay.
That is 1 wound. It's Rend 1.
So that actually is now going to fail.
D3 damage.
Okay, can you roll your damage for me?
Cheese.
3 is
3 damage.
It's as good as cheese.
This is, yeah.
You know, I said I got that ward save earlier.
Yeah.
So in order to figure out how ward saves work, we're going to show you that now. So it would normally be 3 damage,
Okay.
but all the damage in the damage pool, which is 3, I now roll a dice for each of those points of damage in the damage pool.
Right.
Not the allocated damage in the damage pool. So I've got 3 dice here. Any 5 up, because that's what my ward save says, I just ignore them.
Oh, very nice.
And I rolled all 4s.
Good work.
So I've taken all the damage.
Excellent work, Stephen. That's what I like to see.
So I've taken 5 now. He's only got 3 wounds remaining now.
Ooh.
That was a pretty potent blow there, Michael.
Okay.
Right.
Over to you now.
Okay, so I'm going to now go with my prosecutors.
All right.
They get 3 attacks each. Hit on 3s. They all but 1. I wound on 3s.
Okay.
That is 3, Michael. That is Rend 1. But because I charged, I got a charge bonus. And I get +1 damage on the charge, and I did charge. So these are actually damage 2 each.
Damage 2 each. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I have made a big cheese.
Sick of this cheese.
So 2 of those go through.
That's 4 dead.
So it's 4 dead. It's 4 allocated to unit,
Yeah.
and they're 1 health each. So 4 of them are slain.
Okay, Michael, it's time for the Claw Lord. What's he doing?
It's Clawlord time. I've got 5 attacks. I'm going to go for the Lord Veritant.
Okay.
I'm tired of your prayers, so I'm going to end them.
Yep.
3s to hit you,
Okay, cool.
and then 3s to wound you. Okay, we've got 2 big cheeses. So this is Rend 1.
Yeah.
I didn't charge this turn,
Okay.
but I do reduce your save by 1
Is that on a
with
3?
my artifact.
Is that on a 3+?
On a 3+, yes.
Let's see if that happens. Yeah.
no.
Just the Rend 1 then,
Just
Michael.
Rend 1, okay.
So 4's needed. 1 got, 1 not. So
okay,
what's the damage?
2 damage.
Okay, cool. So he's taken 2. He's got 4 wounds left.
It's a shame you didn't actually wound me earlier, because I get more attacks when I'm wounded.
I deliberately decided to roll all 1s to hit.
Oh,
yeah.
nice, good work.
Yeah, thanks.
So 4 attacks, it's 4s to hit with the Norbeast, and then it's 3s to wound. So that is 2 wounds. This is Rend 1,
Oh, 1 goes through again.
D3 damage.
I don't want to see any cheese.
It's 2.
It's not helpful. Okay. So he's only got 2 wounds left.
Okay.
Okay, so all I've got left now is my Lord Vigilant. So he gets 5 attacks.
All right.
I've missed 3 times.
Oof.
I've wounded twice though.
Okay.
Rend 2.
Rend. I've got a 6-up save.
Okay, so that goes through.
What's your damage?
2 each.
Okay. I've got a wound
Okay.
remaining, so I take 4, and I'll mark that next to the unit. So 4 damage taken.
Now it's time for the Companion Buckbeak.
No Buckbeak.
Oh no,
Don't do it. Have you missed?
I've missed everything.
Buckbeak, you legend!
No Buckbeak!
Yes! It's because we're both animals. We've got this kinship. I'm a rat, and that's a hippogriff.
One job. Kill the rat. Unfortunately, Michael, that was a bit of a depressing turn from me. The Stormcast failed to bring the mustard, and it's now determining, well, you got to get some rats back.
I was about to say, it's not over yet, Stephen.
I'm sick of these
So
rats.
D3 clan rats return, that's another 2. But I do go to 7,
Yes.
so I will have to
Maintain coherency.
maintain coherency, just
Yeah.
like that. Well, I brought some rats back.
I know.
So how do you get on for the rest of the turn?
Well, I'm going to get 2 points for holding this objective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to get 2 points for holding this objective.
Yeah.
Because I have more control than you do.
Mm-hmm.
And in the centre here,
Yes.
I've got a control of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I've got a control of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the banner.
Yeah.
And then because I wounded one of my guys earlier, plus 5, so 13.
Right. So that's your objective.
You know what's the best thing about that?
What's that?
13 is the number, the magic number.
The rats.
Yes.
The magical rat number. Okay, so I only hold 2 objectives that turn, which is going to give me a total of 4 points.
All right.
All right. So now, Michael, it's over to your turn. Now,
Okay.
because of this great play, this is now going to remain under your control.
Fantastic.
So, Michael, start a turn.
Yes.
Is there anything you need to do?
Yeah, so I'm going to do my hero phase,
Hero
but I
phase.
don't have anything in the start of turn.
Okay.
I'm going to begin with the wizard,
Okay.
and you know exactly what's going to happen, Stephen. I'm going to use my ability to get a 3d6 cast,
Okay.
and I'm going to skittily.
And get out of dodge.
Yes! So, 3d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just passed. No!
It's going to fail!
It's actually going to fail because you've got to remove one.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
It's not so cheesy now, Michael, is it?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was going to jump back over here, and then we could...
That would have been good
Yeah, it would have been great.
for you.
Okay. I will do the Claw Lord's mortal damage on a unit,
Okay.
and then give it +5 control.
Yes.
So I'll remove a model that isn't the champion.
Yeah. So, Michael, because it's the end of your hero phase, I'm going to pick this unit here now to have that 5+ ward save as my battle regiment ability.
Okay, well, on to the movement phase then. The clan rats are going to come round and help their ratkin brethren. Stephen, I've finished moving.
Okay.
I've made some brash decisions.
Okay.
The clan rats have come back round. The Gracier is staying in combat.
Okay.
He's got a taste for it now.
Right.
After, you know, butt beat whiffing, and he's ready to take you on, okay?
Okay.
I am, however, going to soften up some of your Stormcast with some shooting.
Go on then.
So the engineer is going to fire at the prosecutors.
Okay, yeah, nice.
They're quite scary.
Yeah.
On a 2+, I'll get that flat 3 damage.
Yes.
Rolled a 1.
No damage.
So I'm going to take D3 mortal damage.
Oh, very nice.
I take 2.
Shame it wasn't the big cheese.
So now that one of my guns has exploded in my face, I'm going to shoot you with the other one.
Yeah.
So 2 shots from the musket. So there's a crit auto wound in there.
Nice.
And I've got to wound you with the other one, which is a 3-up. That is 2 wounds at rend 2.
Oh dear. So we're looking for 5s on the dice.
Oh!
Sigmar protects today.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play. Well, I have a little bit more shooting. I'm
Great.
going to fire my Gatling piece
Yeah.
at the Lord Veritant.
Nice.
D6 shots from the Claw Lord, that is 5.
Oh dear.
And that will be 3s to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 hits.
Nice.
3s to wound.
Oh dear.
4 wounds. It's rend 1, Steve.
I need to pass 3 of these. 4 ups on the dice.
Oh.
He's gone. The Lord Veritan is dead.
Well, John Wayne can go back to fighting the rest of the Liberators.
Off to be reforged, hopefully.
That's shooting. Have you got any shooting in return?
No, because I don't have any command points.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I will charge you then.
Go on then.
So the clan rats will declare a charge.
Yep.
On
A 7.
7? I think that's enough.
Looks big enough to me.
So they'll go for those Liberators. So the clan rats are going to charge into the Liberators. Stephen, it's fighting time.
Yes.
And the most important combat of all, the Grey Seer, is going to go first.
Don't you dare.
And I'm going to all-out attack.
No, you're not.
So my 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits.
No way.
Wounding on 4s. 1 wound, but it's the big cheese. Rend 1.
What's the damage?
D3.
Oh, this could kill me. Oh, no.
Are you ready for the big cheese? Oh, it's a 2. It's a 2. You live. You live. It's so close.
I've got a wound left, Michael. I actually have I can't believe it. I've got a wound left. Right. I don't know who to fight with here. I'm going to go with the Liberators, I think.
Okay. Try and make up for their shocking hour
Yeah.
last time.
And I'm actually going to put all of their attacks onto this unit here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's rude.
So I've got 3 attacks with the Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
3s. Oh, that's just 2 mortals.
Okay.
And the attack sequence ends.
Very nice. I'll allocate that now.
And then I've got the Great Hammer. 2 6s. Oh, 2 hits.
2 hits.
3s. 2 wounds. Rend 1.
Rend 1. Okay, so I need double 6. No 6s.
They're 2 damage each.
So that's 6 total. And I did kill one with mortal damage at the start of the turn.
Is that the unit gone?
I've killed the clan rats.
Finally, the unit's dead. Finally.
So I want to fight with the Claw Lord next.
Yeah.
You did piling shenanigans. Is there anything I can do here
Yeah.
that's going to help me out?
Definitely. So what we can do is, when you make a pile-in move, you just have to select an enemy unit within 3 inches
Okay.
to pile into.
Okay, so that's only the Liberators right now.
Yeah, so we're going to select this unit.
Okay.
Now, providing that we don't leave combat with any other units that we're in combat with,
Okay.
okay, and we make sure we don't end our movement any further away than our current position from
Okay.
that declared unit.
Okay.
So it looks like we're about an inch.
Right.
You can go 3. Just end base to base or something, so we
Okay.
know you're closer.
Okay.
And now you're within 3 inches of the prosecutors.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
So now you can put all of their attacks onto the prosecutors.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it
Look,
right
I
now.
like
I
it.
can tell you I'm doing it.
Yeah,
These are cheeky little tactics.
I know.
So, 5 attacks. It is 3s to hit.
Okay.
Not feeling it as much at the moment. And then it's 3s to wound. That is 1 wound. So it's rend 1, but I need to roll a dice to reduce your save.
Yes.
On a 3+. Yes.
Okay.
So it's rend 1, essentially rend 2.
4 is going to fail. Luckily you remembered, because otherwise I'd have been okay. Damage 2.
2 damage so far.
Get that ward save. No, not good enough. So that'll be... Ooh, what do I do here? I'm going to actually pull that model out.
The Gnaw Beast to
Yep.
gnaw on your bones. 4s to hit.
Oh,
Ooh,
Michael.
I think we're gnawing today.
No, we're not.
And then some 3s to wound. That's 2 wounds. It's rend 1, but of course they do still debuff you.
Both go through damage.
D3 each.
Oh, this could be overkill.
This is 3 damage.
Oh, there's a 5 for
Done
the
it.
ward save, but not enough.
Om nom nom.
That's another one dead.
Well, that was very effective. Thanks for that tactic.
No worries.
What
Glad I
would you
told
like
you
to
that
do?
one. I've got a rat to kill.
Yeah, you can try.
Lord Vigilant, he's missed 3 times. What are you even doing?
He's not very vigilant, is he?
I think this mask is impeding your eyesight slightly, mate, because what are you even doing? Come on, right, 2 hits. Oh, just the 1 wound, actually.
Just the 1 wound, rend?
2.
Oh.
Oh, he's finally done it.
Well,
Okay.
unfortunately, the Grey Seer says goodbye and Skit leaps out of combat and dies. So the clan rats are going to pile in 21 attacks.
You got the champion.
And these guys have got that verminous keyword.
Oh, not the +1 range.
I'm going to have rend.
No.
So 4s to hit you.
And remember, cheeses are great because they're auto wound.
Cheese is great, Stephen.
It is.
Cheese is the best thing since milk.
Sliced bread. Because you could have sliced bread and cheese, and that's pretty good.
That's a good combo, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's 5s to wound. Wow, these clan rats are doing work.
What is going on?
So that is 11 wounds at rend 1.
Okay, Liberators.
It's their lowest hour, Stephen. The lightning cracks as they're reclaimed by Sigmar.
I failed 7.
Okay.
That's definitely greater than the amount of health that I have left in the unit.
Yeah.
They're off to be reforged into something better.
See you later. So, Stephen, that's the end of my turn. Have you got anything you wanted to declare in the combat phase or end of turn phase?
You mean with my one remaining model?
Well, I didn't want to be unkind, but yes.
I like how this how to play has turned into...
How to survive.
How to survive, yeah. Anyway, there we go. Hope you're learning lots at home. So let's go into then how many points you've scored.
Yes, so I'm going to recap. 2.
Correct.
For this one, I hold it. 2 for that one.
Correct.
Because you showed me the really cool clan rat play. And 2 for the middle, because you showed me the really cool other play. So 6 points for me.
Now, you know what that means? As we go into battle round 3, I'm going to be the underdog.
Yes.
Because you are 12 points to my 10.
Okay.
Okay, Michael, it's battle round 3. I'm going to go up to 5 command points because I am the underdog.
Okay.
And I now get to pick an objective that is no longer controlled by anybody.
All right.
So I'm going to pick the one in the corner.
Boo, I'll flip it over.
Yes, to be exact.
So now we know it's not controlled by anyone.
Yes, well done, Michael. Okay, cool. So that one's no longer in control. And it's now time to see who's going to be taking the turn.
Yes.
Michael, after you.
Okay. That's a 3.
Come on, I just need to get a 3 or more. A 6. Okay. Michael, I think I've got a play here.
Okay.
I think I can do some significant damage and get me back in the game.
All right.
Right, the first thing that we're going to do in the hero phase, because I am going to take the turn, I'm going to heal myself
Okay.
using Rally. So that's going to cost me one of my CPs.
Okay.
Looking for 4s. Okay, I've got only 2.
So we've got 5 damage allocated now instead of 7.
I'm now going to pick this unit to have the 5+ ward.
Are you sure you don't want to pick another unit?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm also going to pick this unit for your finest hour, and it better be. I'm telling you that right now, okay? It better be your finest hour, because we don't have long left, okay? That's my hero phase complete. What are you going to do?
I'm always 3 claw steps ahead, Stephen.
Oh, you're not. Oh, Michael. Oh, no.
You know that scene in the Sigmar trailer where the Claw Lord gets beaten off with his mount? And he turns around and he's like, nah. It just leaves.
You just wanted to recreate that, didn't you?
I just wanted to recreate that, yeah.
Okay, so I'm now going to move 12 inches outside of 3 from you.
Okay.
Right, that is the end of my movement phase. Is there anything you would like to do?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shooting phase. That's the end of my shooting phase. Is there anything you would like to do?
I might shoot you actually.
Yeah, I thought you might. Go on then.
Engineer. So that's a command point there.
Yep.
I will on a 2+ use my ability.
Sure.
So flat damage 3. No.
Okay.
D3 mortal. I could blow myself up here.
Oh, that'd be great.
But I
1.
don't. Sorry, Steve. So it's still alive, and 2 shots. Hitting on 4s at -1.
1 hit.
No wound.
Now I'm going to charge.
Okay.
I want a big charge here. 5. Okay. So I'm going to move my 5 inches into combat.
Here comes Buckbeak.
Is there anything you would like to do, Michael?
Yes.
You're going to countercharge?
Yes.
I thought you might.
I'm going to run away and then I'm going to come back. So 2 command points, 1 remaining. The Claw Lord isn't is fancy enough. I think I'm in with that.
Yeah, I think a 6 just about gets you.
Can you move through your own men?
You can't.
Oh, okay. Well, let's remeasure that then.
Okay. So 6 inches gets you to front of the base, 5 inches to there, and then I think that's out, you know.
I think you're right, it is out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to make that, Michael.
That's a shame. Maybe he really wasn't fancying it. He just couldn't make up his mind.
No, he was ran away. He was
Wait,
like, oh, actually.
he started going back, but the Norbeast was still going forward.
Yeah, and you've had a miscommunication and a
Yeah.
complete breakdown. It's my finest hour.
Yes.
I'm going to stop saying it's your finest hour because it's my finest hour. And I'm going to spend one of my command points for all-out attack.
Okay.
Right, come on. We can do this. 5 attacks.
Yeah.
Hitting on 2s. What are those 1s doing again? I didn't want 1s. Anything but 1s. Right, now I'm 1 anything but 1s again.
Okay.
Okay, that's 3. It ren 2.
Straight through my armor.
2 damage each.
Okay, so I'll mark 6 allocated to the unit.
Now, 3 attacks for Buckbeak.
Yes.
But this does specifically say this will affect companions.
Okay, very nice.
What are these 1s about? Right, well, just the 1 hit. Come on. Yes, Buckbeak's wounded.
And that's Ren 1?
Yeah.
So 6 up. No.
Okay, another 2 damage.
Okay, so that's 8 damage allocated to the unit. which, because a health 1, will kill 8 models.
So close.
So we'll remove 8 models.
So close.
Right, Stephen, I will pile in with my 2 rats.
Yes.
Just like so.
Yes.
And I will hit you. So 5 attacks with the champion in there. No hits.
Okay, cool.
So you are all good.
End of the turn.
Yes.
I can't believe I didn't kill your unit.
Well, because you didn't kill me,
I know.
there's always more rats. 2 more rats, in fact.
2 more rats.
2 more rats. There we go.
All right. What's your control?
My control is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a banner 5.
Right. Well, my control is 2.
Okay.
However, when I contest an objective that's in the territory, and this one is in,
Yes.
it's not wholly within, but it is in it, I get +3.
Nice.
So we currently equally contest that one. So unfortunately, because you had enough rats coming back, you've just got it. You've just got, that was my one plan this turn, Michael, and you foiled it. I couldn't kill enough rats. Buckbeak's obviously having a bad day. And that will give me 2 points for holding this one, 2 points for holding this one. You currently hold 2 as well, because you can't hold that one anymore. So that means I'm just going to get the 4 points. If I'd have killed all your rats, I'd have been 6.
Yeah, you can never kill all the rats.
No, clearly not. All right, Michael, so it's going to go into your turn.
All right. Okay, Stephen, so hero phase, very quickly. Can I rally?
No, you can't, unfortunately, because you're in combat range.
Okay, that's a shame. Well, in that case, I'm going to rally. I've only got 1 command point, so I'm going to save it. So I'm going to do my hero phase ability
Yep.
and do a mortal damage to the clan rat.
Nice.
+5 control.
Yep.
Then what I'm going to do is move my lord
Yep.
over to you.
And in the hero phase, I'm going to pick myself again to have that 5+ ward. Okay.
Of course. The claw lord will step around your buckbeak. So that's my movement phase. Anything you wanted to do in the movement phase?
Nothing I can do.
Fantastic. So I'm going to shoot, and again, I can shoot into this combat, right?
You can.
So I could die
Yes.
to exploding my more warp energy,
Let's do it.
but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
He's rolled a 2.
Just.
So he's flat damage 3,
Okay.
and he's going to shoot at you.
2 hits.
So 3s, 1 hit,
Nice.
3s, that is a wound, Ren 2.
So you need a 5 up. I should have all-out defensed here.
I'm happy for you to do that. We
you
are
sure?
a sporting channel.
All right.
That's the whole point.
That's
So
very kind of you.
absolutely fine.
Because I've got these CPs, and I
Yes.
know you're going to shoot me. It's very important, so I need a 4. It's a 2.
Oh, that's 3 damage.
Well, I've got a 5 up ward.
2 indeed.
I need one of these to pass to keep me alive. Oh, Michael,
Is that it?
it's a sad way to go.
It is, yeah, actually.
The hero of the day with his binocular. He's killed the Lord Vigilant. You've done well. We'll say well. Michael, thank you very much for the game.
Thank you.
It's been awesome. And how have you enjoyed it?
Oh, absolutely loved it. Every minute, the crazy rolls, all the fancy faction-specific shenanigans.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute delight to play.
Yeah, and to finish off your scoring, at the end of this, you would basically score 2 for this and 2 for that, getting you 4 points.
Nice.
Because I also hold these. So that puts us at a place where I would then be the underdog for the next turn.
Yeah.
I can pick an objective, I'll just carry on picking that one, and then it's over to you. And all you need to do is grab, well, one more objective,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
and you win the game. So there we go. Nice and simple. We really hope you've enjoyed this game. And if you want to find out more about how to play Age of Sigmar with some of the more nuances, the advanced tactics, and also understand a little bit more about how to play competitively with the tournament pack and everything else, then make sure you sign up for our beginners course, which is Start Playing Age of Sigmar, over on our website, www.vanguardtactics.com. There will be a link below. Check it out. It's going to be an awesome course. I know you're going to love it. We're going to break it down into little micro mini games. It's fantastic to do with a friend, something that you can then use to teach others and really become an ambassador for Age of Sigmar, and also for Vanguard Tactics, promoting sportsmanship and fair play. So if that's something you're going to want to do, check it out.
Fantastic.
Well, Michael, are we going to be playing more Age of Sigmar?
Oh, hell yeah.